Moved on from the streets and the roadside, but I still know demons and low lives, but not the type to be seen. I'm not a known guy, but if you bring it to my team, then I will hold mine. I never back down or crumble, I stay strong, life's always been a struggle, but the pain's gone, cause I'm at peace with the grief that I came from. Never see me switching off, I remain on. Yeah, the fact of the matter is the game's long, but there's only one way that you can make songs. I always bring it new and never play the same song, and keep my circle tight. I'm not around no fake dons, always keep changing up the bars that I'm dropping through. I come with something that's original, no copied moves, attack and pattern it up. I beat the beat and body tunes and leave it covered in my blood and guts and cut up proper bruise. What a day to play with heat from a naked flame. What a day to make your peace or create a lane. What a day to shake a beat and rearrange a phrase. What a day to straight release and then just pave the way. What a day to bring it straight and never paper chase. What a day to be easy and change the frame. What a day to be greasy and state your claim. And what a day to be breezing and make a name. All of us have got our hearts on our sleeves, dude. We hate to cover up all the harm that we've been through. We'd rather put it all in these bars and then just speak true. Try hiding from your past, it will eat you. But try accept it, you might be able to draw lessons. What you've been through in life is really your weapon. It doesn't matter if you're coming first or second, as long as you can say with honesty you were all repping. Try and find a silver line in every grey cloud. Try be positive when the negatives are all raining down. There are times when it's good to be quiet, times when make sound. You gotta take it all in your stride to find a way out. You gotta make it through the night to find a brighter day. And even when it's very hard for you to try relate, just savor every second. Never try and while away all the days that you've been blessed and given. Life's precious times will change. What a day to play with heat from a naked flame. What a day to make your peace or create a lane. What a day to shake a beat and rearrange a phrase. What a day to straight release and then just pave the way. What a day to bring it straight and never paper chase. What a day to be easy and change the frame. And what a day to be greasy and just state your claim. And what a day to be breezing and make a name. Regardless if you let your life pass or you're watching closely, think of everyone you love in life when you go sleep. Checking negative thoughts is what I'm doing mostly, and I'll be doing this until I'm old and looking ghostly. There are so many things that you can think about in life, some of which are in these messages I've written down. Right, one thing that I can say that I didn't doubt is I'll be learning constantly until I'm in the ground. Can't know it all at once, your head ain't big enough, and chatting gas to everyone you're meeting really isn't tough. You were better off when you were bringing love. We all drop it very heavy cause we're living rough. We did it out of pain and grit, we started in the mud. Came with heart, it's clear to say, no it isn't luck. Never ever faked our ways, you know we didn't bluff. And that is why we like these beats, because we're spitting pure crud. What a day to play with heat from a naked flame. What a day to make my peace and create a lane. What a day to shake the beat and rearrange a phrase. What a day to straight release and then pave the way. None of us are stupid, you ain't kidding us. We hit the mic up at rave, yeah we rip it up. Don't care who you know, I don't give up. Life didn't beat me, you know I didn't run. I'm not gassed, yeah you know that's not like me. I'm quiet, except for when I drop my speech. I made my money stretch at times, I got my peace. Sail my ship alone, I'm a captain of the high seas. It is one reason my rhyme forms keep evolving. They're all fronting, they're all stunting, watch them all freeze. I'm showing that they ain't really on it bro, they're chatting pure breeze. The polar opposite to me, I bring it raw G. I'm not needing to act any more deeper than you. I'm not in a fast car, but still I'm speeding on through with these rhymes. I'm just in search of the cream and the loot and a bit of a way to relate what I'm speaking. It's true. It's clear to say that sometimes we've got mad raw bars and sometimes I mess it up like before. Rule 1 in this game, back your heart. Rule 2, on your name stack the thoughts fast. Rule 3, keep your peace and try and war last. But if war's what they bring to your team, then right, you gotta stand firm. Please don't be weak or hide. Keep your thoughts on the level, you gotta shake your pride. Real friends will have your back and yeah the fakes will slide. No, I'm not moving savage, just wanna keep on losing the baggage naturally. Don't wanna get used to the damage, just wanna stay true and manage. If I'm being honest with you, I pray greatly that these bars keep on coming every day crazy. If I'm being honest with you, no I ain't lazy, cause energy is spent on speech, don't let the phrases faze me. I couldn't give a single if your mates hate me. I'm busy patterning my bars, I rearrange them daily. I think it's obvious to see, yeah, that I sprayed wavy. I try to brighten up the day when it's grey and rainy. Sometimes I'm not on point and my brain's a bit hazy, but I'm far away from losing it, don't break lately. So stop trying to avoid me or get away, just pay me. I'm always here and never left, guess I stayed bravely. I couldn't make it any clearer than I'm doing now. I'm in search of the truth and a fluid sound. Leaned into the pain and then I grew it out. Old ways in my heart, never no newer route. I find it hard to be open at times, cause in the past some scarred my emotions. Got to stick to the path that I've chosen. Like I said, yeah, I'm the captain of my mind, I'm charting these oceans. Gotta flow like a wave in the sea. See, I'm really trying to play with the beat. I drink coffee or I'm making a tea, and that really is the way you should be. Not effed off the drugs and the liquor, or running from the feds in a dinger, or playing dangerous games with your inner, or getting caught in the ways of a sinner. But you know, I see the way that they put the youths into that way without them having any say. It's a little bit of a bad situation to say that they chose that. Yeah, you can't put them in that place, so why do that? Oh, that's just the way that the world is. We got to help and break out of that place and get to a place that's bigger. And brother, see your frame getting thinner, while mine is getting toned up giant and bigger. I hold weight that I take from a dinner. Don't smoke no grade, don't skin up. And if you ever want to say you're a winner or not get called fake or a ringer, be straight when you're facing the mirror and don't hold no rage, just let it simmer. Make sure that you're taking a step back every day. Be sure that you speak with correct facts and say what you want to say. Don't get caught deep with no dead chat. It is clear for you to see. Did you get that? Took me a couple years to assess it all. I'd rather be at home than a festival every week. The way that I was going, I was next to 4 deep, but I took it all upon my chin, kept it cool, free. Now I'm past it. I look back in proper horror at the way that I was living. I didn't want no honor, but I'm fixing it now, so I'm holding on to Gwalla. And I can't accept mess or ever catching squalor. That doesn't mean to say that you're below me. I'm not above another soul, just listen closely. I can't be dealing with a person that is phony. You gotta let it happen naturally and slowly. Life for me used to be a type of nightmare. I had a problem that had given me a right scare. It opened up my mind and it was so bright and powerful, just like a kind of bright flare. Oh, that's not to say I'm a special case or I'm rare. It simply means that I can safely say that I care about myself and the rest of the world. I'm not bothered if some eyes stare. I'm seated quite comfortably in my chair. I found peace that life is neither right or quite fair. I used to be the greedy type and now I share. And when I'm hopping on a train, I bring the right fare. Never gave a single uck about the drip. I'm rocking Nike Airs. Always try to stay original and not be like theirs. Sometimes I muck it up and copy what my brothers do, but it's getting rarer every day that I am running through. Seen a lot of things and mostly there is never something new. Most of what has happened to me is happening to some of you. Some days I'm getting stressed about it, so I might add, take a deep breath, let it go and just try relax. Bring a bigger flow and go release on the mic with facts. Do it with an energy, let it be, don't fight it back. Will I bring it firm? Will I learn? Or will I collapse? Will I set it clean and never fiend? Or will I relapse? Will I take a warning or ignore it? Will I mind the gap? Will I act as if I didn't see, or will my sight attract? Am I in the wrong or am I long or am I bouncing back? Am I gonna have a house eventually or stay in council flats? Am I sounding sick and giving wisdom? Am I sounding whack? Does my past affect my future? Does it all amount to that? Truly couldn't say the only thing I've really ever learned. I simply like to have a bit of fun whenever I am bending words. Mostly it is not to drop the knowledge with a clever verse. It's just to get another hit of dopamine naturally from getting first. Still it ain't a race, I ain't forgotten about the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady's better, yes it's true, my talking isn't air. Running fast has greater odds to end up falling down the stairs. Common knowledge, but at the same time it's sort of sounding rare. Cause at times you need speed, it's paradoxical in origin. Cause both are true at once, it is illogical. You gotta win still, but you gotta take it slow. It baffles me, I'm proper hollering it from the top of rooftops. Proper truth, I'm never ever squandering. Am I chatting fraff that is crap, or am I like a scholar trying to teach the meaning of life, or am I just another bother. Never would I say that I am worth a single pound or dollar. Probably just best to use me as a shield or cannon fodder. Sometimes don't feel like I'm even human, feel like a foreign body. Simply try to keep it real. I'd hope to say I'm not a copy. Hope I'm thinking clearly, hope I'm never thinking proper sloppy. Used to be a tried, void the fact I hadn't got a hobby. Come to terms with it that it's rap and still haven't found a fitting one to take the place of that. Maybe it won't ever happen, maybe need to give it some time to eventually come out and show it as a real thing in my life. And yeah, that's the way I wanna. I can't think of a word that rhymes with copy. Maybe I will spend my every second sitting in the slums. Maybe I will spend my ending days somewhere in the sun. That is something that I've got to leave up to another day. A future me that doesn't yet exist within this current place. Things will happen gradually, there's usually no sudden change. Never wish your life away or let the present run away. Still you need ambition, it is better when you're keeping busy. Idle hands are the devil's playthings, I'm not speaking silly. Life is like a roller coaster, most of you the scenes are very hilly. Better wrap up tight, the winter weather's getting very, very chilly. Not the type to spend a rack on clothing, if you do it's fine. I ain't one to judge what others doing, going through their lives. Always been a worker in a warehouse, never ever suit and ties, but that is not my way. And I'm simply saying that I never ever scrutinize, cause if a way is working well, I'm truly happy for you. I hate it when I'm salty and I hate to make a poor move. Always give respect to those who took their time and taught you. It's not a case of sucking eggs if every time they talk true. Gotta stand up on my own legs though, I can't lie. You gotta do it for yourself to get you through the dark times. You're destined to fail if you didn't get the start right. The things you have now are worth more than any past life. The best things in life are truly free, no type of currency that's physical. It's simply gonna get to me or change me or make me ever swap it for anything else. Just the karma and the love you keep is what's important, and your health. And when I lay my head to rest at night, my mind is running free as well. But if you're spending too much time asleep, yeah, that is something peak. Thankful every second that I get to spend upon this earth. Really, it's a blessing, it is definitely not a curse. I have had a chance to advance and drop a heavy verse, talking about the ways that I've been messing up and what I've learned. Half the time I'd safely say I didn't really have a clue, fumbling through life and not in line with any patterned move. Frankly, I'm still a mess today, can say that is true. That's the bar I'm leaving on this page and what I spat at you. I am on my own flex, this is me, that is you. Mostly try to approach it very calm and never sat and stewed. Fact of the matter, I just like to try and batter tunes. I just like to play with my own mind and like to stack the proofs. If you don't believe it wholehearted, then your plan will fall. Try and treat your every waking day as if you're back at school. Sometimes I'm clever, but there's times when I am a fool. Times I am human, times I'm like an animal. Times when I'm falling short, times when I'm standing tall. Times when I'm fragile and there's times when I attack it all. Times when I am ignorant and times I feel the planet's pull. Times I was at the side, times I was at the ball. Times I was working hard, times I was dossing. Times I was broke as hell, times I was flossing. Times I was a minion and times I was bossing. Times I was dirty and times I was washing. Times I was needing help, times I was healing others. Times that all I could see was grey and times I see the colours. Times that I'd need a dad and times that I'd need a mother. Times I was feeling hot and times cold was leaving shudders. Times that we gotta leave, times that we gotta stay. Times that we're running free, times that we run away. Times with a lot of grief, times when we wanna play. Times that you wanna keep, times that you wanna change. Why do I keep reliving memories from in my past? Things that had such a big effect on me. I didn't laugh at the time, but when I went through it, and now in my mind, it's making me spit these bars, and I ain't got an answer I could say is sitting in my heart other than you gotta reflect on life, and that is in your path. That is what has got to be the thing that I am next to learn, even if the end result that comes is that I'm getting burned a bit. I have got to do it for myself and watch the weather turn. Can't be overcast all the time. Yes, I said it first. No, I didn't. Yes, that was a lie. Likely someone else said it well before I was born to walk and run this world, or run in this world. Well before my eyes had ever seen a dream or sunny spell. Well before I ever tried defining what is love or wealth. Life is like heaven, but I turn it into hell on earth at times. Anytime I try to write a line or try to shed a verse, it isn't right. Putting pressure on myself to see if I will ever burst. Guess I am the glutton for punishment guy, and then yeah, I never learn. And life isn't over till the fat lady singing loud. Can't succumb to the stress, gotta be best and give it proud. Why spend your every waking moment drifting in a cloud, made of every thought that you're evading when you're piffing loud? Don't get it twisted, it's true for most people that weed is a remedy, and it definitely isn't really evil. But it didn't work for me in any way that was keeping peaceful. It had me in a mental home and rocking in the fetal. Just because it works for some, it doesn't mean it works for you. You're an individual, you gotta know these words are true. Find your own path within this world, don't rehearse your moves. Try and keep humble as you can and try to nurture youths. Others won't connect with your message or the life you lead if the only thing that you really do is like to speak, and it isn't deep, and you don't check yourself, and you never ever try to see. That's the main point of sitting down and trying to write to beats. Every line that you're sniffing costs £1 a point. It's why I'm all about the money, I'm about the coin. coins. I know I'm not a shotter, I just mean I won't waste my money on anything that isn't about my boys. And I don't need to smoke any loud in joints. I brought myself in, no one ever said I was allowed to join. I ain't getting gassed up when around the boys. And when I say the boys at the time, I mean my mates, not my sons. When I said that before, I meant my sons, yeah. Don't get it twisted, never ever messing up or chucking toys out the pram, yeah. It's gifted speech that I deal with every day, yeah. I'm lifting these, should I stay quiet, should I make a louder noise, or should I just try flying higher than the mountain poise? In the position that I was given just to spit the wisdom, putting lyrics to a rhythm, and it's a big decision. Gotta give it big and sick and wicked with affliction, slicker with it, yes I did it all with inner vision. Writing bars is a gift and it is an addiction, it is literally bliss, I'm lifting it with conviction. Hit and miss is not a thing that you've been sitting with like I have within a system that is twisted. It's a bigger mission that I have to do and move and get away from to bring the proof and a way through. Just give a listen. Should I step out of my comfort zone or stick to spitting? Is it getting harder every day? No kids are winning. If someone has to lose their life, why is it so different? Years ago we'd leave our front doors open. It puts me in a state of stress because I don't like omens. Times are always gonna change, but I'll try hold them back to the old ways because I want to have a smile when I lie frozen. Bury me beneath a tree when my time's up. Use my body's energy as fertilizer. I'd rather than be turned to fine dust and burnt and sent into the atmosphere. Why do that? It doesn't make sense. I'm hoping when I go that it won't make you cry much. I hope I have lots of people around me when I go until it's time to die. I guess that I will never be somebody that is the person that will nobody will ever know that fact. And yeah, it's a bit mucked it up, tried to freestyle when I was deep in a thought, messed it up. I hope that I have lots of people around me when I go until it's time to die. And I guess that I will never know. You can't predict the day the future king will get his throne either. You can't predict the day your name is getting set in stone deeper. The only thing that I can say is that I like words and that I'm fascinated with the way that my mind works, and that I get a kick from dropping you a tight verse, and that the sentence is a blessing and it's also a right curse. Pain's a temporary state, but the lies hurt more than anything. A weapon could be a knife, or it could be the lies that lie in the earth. Trust is something that's running deeper than the life's worth. You shouldn't give it very easy, better try search. Even though the stress is heavy and I might burst, I keep on going every time. I gotta fight first and never fly away. Illuminate the darkness and do the light work, and never take it all to heart when the time's worse. Sometimes you gotta lead the way, at times you follow. Rather pave my way in life and never try to borrow. I'll be honest, I won't ever try to hide the sorrow. I'm at peace with it, you'll never see me cry or wallow. Self-pity isn't pretty, better change your ways. It will leave you feeling burnt like a naked flame. I will never double cross or betray my mates. I'd rather do my own thing and try to break away. Most times I hate to party, rather stay at home. Never spreading any hate and won't betray my own. Family is so important that faith alone ain't gonna cut it. No one cares if you complain or moan. There's bigger things to think about in life than making dough. Never get depressed about the weather. It's gotta rain loads to grow plants. It's gotta be that way for us to get the sun. You take lows and highs at the same time, every high, and then you spray flows.
Keeping them all in one place, and so pension really appealed to me.
Every day I get to live, I try laughing more and do whatever I can do to never start any war. It isn't up to me to say on if my bars are raw, and I attack a beat like it's me. And I'm like a carnivore, never letting any shite in life define me. Posted on the block with fam is where you likely find me. There ain't a price a deal will take, you never buy me. If your ways are the same as that, then yes, I rate it highly. You can't think that you're a G, you've got an overdraft. All my brothers making peas, we're busy growing plants. And when I say that, I just mean I'm trying to make my garden grow, and I'm trying to get healthy food in my fucking family's digestive system. Yeah, that's the fucking way I drop it. It's double entendre, don't take it the wrong way. I wouldn't want you to start moaning about something that you can't control. I keep my mind sharper than a ninja throwing star. All my brothers tight as fuck, that's why we're going far. I'm hoping for the best, no matter if it's quite unlikely. On my block with things in me is where you likely find me. And when I say that, I mean all these gadgets that I've got to drop all these bars. Yeah, I'm explaining the way that people sometimes take things a bit far away from the truth. If you've got the piece to front it, then I might supply these. I've got an Amazon account, don't take it the wrong way. Oh, it's quite funny, makes me smile. That's a thing that really messes up with speech. You can't understand the way somebody's gonna get to see the words, because words have multiple meanings. Yeah, it's quite deep. The things I've got in my spot, I'm busy trying to find peace. I will only share my thoughts with a suitable person. Nothing in this life is free, yes, you gotta earn it. I am soaring through the sky, I flew off the surface years ago. Wasn't ready, I didn't know my purpose, but now I'm much more prepared for the test in my mind. I was willing to accept the lessons in time and let them guide the path that I tread and make my life better. Now I've got a clear head whenever I rhyme. If you want the things I got, I need a price that's right. I shut it down every time that I arrive with rhymes. I do it for my brothers and the fun of writing lines and making sure my head is clear whenever I recline. I don't want to have a heavy conscience that affects my sleep. Try create the highest possibility of pleasant dreams. As the years progress, it's getting harder just to get some peace. That is why it's definitely essential to the recipe that you earn the right to be relaxing or to take a break. If you do, then never let it bother you when haters hate. You cannot be in control of others who are playing games. You can only keep control of what is in your brain and frame. First, you gotta be the change you wanna see is proper true. You gotta be a leader by example, then they'll copy you. Practice what you're preaching or nobody's gonna follow suit. And keep yourself aware that every thought you have is borrowed proof. Most of what you know has been passed down in spoken word, figured out by someone else before you had a home on earth, shared by somebody who is searching with their soul to learn more about the world we live in within before they go to dirt. That is why it's such a blessing that we ever get to talk, making sure that knowledge ain't forgotten by the next to walk. Standing on the shoulders of giants, yeah, it's a heavy thought, but it's one I'm proud of because I'm sharing every lesson taught. Never would I look down on anyone for knowing less, rather I would teach them all I know so that they're evolving next. Never could I say that I'd be scared if someone oversteps. When I'm sitting now, I'd just be happy that they're growing best. Life's about raising people up, not pushing others down, and finding you a steady pace of movement and not rushing round. I can say that I have always tried to make my mother proud, and I can say that I did the right thing by giving up the loud. Funny from a single toke of weed, I'm in a mental spin and doing loops inside my mind and played with constant questioning. I've already got enough questioning in my mind state. I don't need to raise her up to a higher rate in such a heightened state of awareness that is deafening. Simply sitting silent in bed and scared by everything. Sniffing white is something else I wouldn't want to mess with, and I end up doing things sitting quietly in pen and speech, focusing totally on what I'm writing in my head and trying to get some peace. Why would I mess that up by introducing unaligned energies? I'm lining up these rhymes like a hidden force had beckoned me, like they have a spirit of their own and they all act alive, existing by themselves, and just let them guide my hand to write, pushing me to be the best I can and make me stand and fight for all that I believe in. I'm aware of what is bad and right, never letting judgment end up clouded in a murky haze. I always find ways to get involved in life and earn my place, and never getting comfortable when it's better. Never getting comfortable is better that you yearn for change. It's better not to dwell on anything, it's best to turn the page. A stone that doesn't stop rolling will not gather moss at all. If you stop moving straight ahead in life, you're gonna fall. Just like the way you ride a bike, so don't you stop or stall, or you'll get left in the dust. It's kinda horrible. Sometimes I'm hiding the pain and try to block it all. Sometimes I'm laughing at times that life is comical. Sometimes I can't see it all and I ain't on the ball. Sometimes I fear reaching out, but I wanna call. True say it's never too late to try and reconnect. All you gotta do is want it bad enough and beat the stress and break the ice, ignoring water under bridges. Be the best person you can be and watch it blossom. See the deeper test. Lies and not succumbing to the things that you fear. Being awkward, you gotta know there's greater worth in confidence and being forward. Just be sure you let it happen naturally, not seem to force it. You could overwhelm, pushing them away, so heed my caution. People will appreciate you coming with a knowledge branch. Simply reaching out should be enough for them to want to start fixing the relationship and filling out the hollow parts. Everybody's wanting love because everybody's got a heart. It doesn't even need to be lavish or elaborate. It will show a lot of love simply if you chat a bit on the phone every day about whatever that will hit closer to be showing that you care, because you haven't missed any life event that has happened to them as of late. If you only chime in once a year, they'll know that you haven't changed and you don't really care about them in a massive way. It is up to you to decide on if it matters, mate. Do you need a lot of people around you, or are you calm alone? Guess it's down to if you have emotions or a heart of stone. All that I can do is make it clear so that the paths are shown. Which of them you're picking is a thing that really can't be known until you open up to me and tell me all about yourself. Nobody can see inside your head, so tell me, how's your health? Are you still in search of greater riches? Have you found your wealth? Have you got a character that carries very loud, or stealth is the way you'd rather move and you prefer a quiet way? I prefer the silence every time when I am penning rhymes and putting pen to page. It's the way that I chose to meditate and reach a and reach a heightened state of energy. The only time I'm ever being heard is when the mics are blazed. Were you in the crowds of people when the London riots rage? Do you pull away from what you feel, or do you ride the wave? Do you only care about yourself, or do you try relate to what another person's going through and how their lives have changed? Do you seek more happy truths, or happy knowing what you know? Do you want to be unknown to people? Do you want to blow? Do you see life as being breezy or a horror show? Do you disrespect the lessons taught? Do you honor those people who believed that you could make it in a game of life, making sure it never went to waste when they gave their time, never giving less than everything in the way that you climb, even if the weight that you're carrying is gonna break your spine? Can't let the energy spent on you ever go to waste. Time is something that you ain't getting back, it just floats away. You will feel guilt if you didn't attempt to hold the weight. Guilt is a terrible feeling to feel, and I know the taste. It is so unpleasant whenever there's something you regret, so it's of the utmost importance for you to do your best. That's the only way that no regrets ever go through your head. Gotta pick the path for yourself to go on and choose your bed. No one else is part of the choice, it is fully down to you. What you're gonna do with each day that you wake and how you move, it is down to personal choice. If you're treading ground that's new, or still in land, still in watching the way all the pretty flowers grew. Both are valid ways, it is fully about the one you like. You have got to choose for yourself the path you run in life. Just be sure whatever you're doing is spreading love and light. If you're doing that, you can certainly say that you've done it right. I'm proud that I am finding the time to try and make these links between the words and phrases I rearrange in the way I think. And you can lead a horse to water, but you can't ever make it drink. That is why I'll never be preaching or try to play the string. All these words I'm penning to paper reflect my inner state. They are written solely so that I can wrestle with my fate. Really, their intended effect was not a vision change in another sight or behind their eyes in their brain. If they did, then it was completely by chance that they did. I am not the type to be seen to be preaching chat or spit. I ain't trying to force any story, I won't be flapping my lips, trying to persuade you to walk in the way I'm standing in. Like I said, I'd do it for me. If you're seeing eye to eye, it was not because I was preaching, it's just that our minds are alike. It all happened naturally, just like the clouds that line the sky. What used to be force, in my opinion, what's the use in forcing my opinion? Really, why would I do that? Teaching you to suck an egg is not the way it'd like to be. I said that before, but it's true. I had to say it again. If you do, then no one's gonna listen when you try to speak. That defeats the whole point of laying any rhymes to beat. I would rather speak about myself whenever I release, or try to bring a different thought that no one else has had before, and let the truths inside my mind come alive like somebody's knocking at the door. Tell me what's the reason that you fight and try to battle for. Are you okay with a cause, or do you wanna try and matter more? Are you at peace within yourself, or is your stomach tied in knots? Are you just giving up, or can you say that you still try to stop yourself from getting in the mess? And can you say you like to watch the world as it's turning? Are you earning every right to coach, or do you feel guilty that you've been allowed to take a break? Because I do too. I need to get a job to lock that pain away. I hate that I don't have a proper purpose in the day-to-day. I'm feeling like I shouldn't be allowed to take the cake and eat it. Why should I have my cake and eat it? It isn't right. That is not the way that I would like to keep on living life. I don't want my boys to grow up seeing that as an image and a way to be living as well. I can't be happy in the knowledge. I cannot be happy in the knowledge that I didn't try. I've got to find a better way through the rain that is in my mind. I am not a victim of circumstance. I'll be a man who doesn't live inside a fairy tale like his Peter Pan. I will be aware as times change, and I will read the sands pouring through the hourglass and making sure to keep a plan, but well aware that I might have to change if it doesn't work. And as the obstacles approach me steadily, I duck and swerve. Truly I can say that I don't care if I ain't coming first. I'd rather keep a steady pace of day and not running bursts. What's the point in trying to run that fast if you can't keep it up? It isn't making sense. It doesn't mean that you are seen as tough. I'm happier that I can say I'll do it without needing luck, and with a smile on my face the whole way and not breathing rough. You could say I'm taking it too easy, and I'm fine with that. I'd rather live a life that's free from stress. I'd rather just try relax. If you take it way too seriously, you might collapse. How to look at life, that is best, I don't know, but it's best that you're not fighting back. You cannot control it all, you're just a single person, mate. Better when you're letting it go, better when you learn to change. My battery's critically low, so I'm gonna stop the recording before it gets corrupted and I turn to rage.